Hi there, this is David and welcome to the long-awaited Let's Play Legend Heroes Trails of Cold Steel 2. If you haven't watched or played the first one, I will have a backstory episode uploaded as well that you can check out. Also, a character biography episode should be uploaded as well, and all that can be found in backstory. But with all that being said, let's go ahead and get started. And yeah, I am going to load up my clear data that you got from the very first episode. It doesn't give, it does give you some nice stuff, but it's nothing crazy, if you know what I mean. There's one thing that's really nice, but everything else, it's not that big of a deal, so I wouldn't worry about it. That golden emblem that you get for the best rank is insane, though, so that's really nice.
I was impatient. I felt overwhelming disappointment with myself and anger at my own weaknesses.
Thanks for worrying about me. And thanks for reminding me to look up, not down.
On my first day with Class 7, I was sitting in a room full of strangers. Now I know I'm standing among friends.
But even with that, I've got no regrets about coming to Thor's. None at all.
Well, you sound like a good guy to have around when the going gets tough.
But getting to know you two showed me that there are nobles who live up to that name.
You just keep reminding me how unlike a noble you truly are.
Before I came to the academy, I was a Jaeger. But I'm confident Class 7 is the finest Erebonia has to offer. I can't believe it! My very first class trip! We're gonna have the best time!
You deserve the chance to earn that legacy you were talking about. To leave a light for those who'll come after.
So brilliant was my time at the academy that those feelings consumed my every thought, my every waking moment. The time I spent with my classmates was something that, in so many ways, changed me. From the strict yet kind instructors who diligently taught us, to the people we met as we traveled across the country. The time spent with them, my memories of them, were like a truly radiant light. And somewhere, a part of me thought that radiance would continue shining for ages to come. But all it took was a single bullet to bring everything crashing down.
Go finish your speech in hell.
That bullet sparked a fire which grew and grew before our eyes, evolving into a great flame that smothered our light in an instant.
Well played, Armbrust.
There were no exceptions, be it those seemingly never-ending days or anything else I'd come to treasure.
Resound, resound, O voice everlasting! Rend night's silent veil and reveal unto all the beautiful world!
Everything was reduced to ash.
But at the end of the day, I'm C. That's the real deal. The Crow Armbrust you've known all this time, he isn't real. He never was.
Back then, I still didn't understand. I didn't know the pure bliss that comes from being with others, nor did I know the ache that comes from parting with them. I didn't understand what it meant to truly love someone. All I could do was endure the torment of my own sense of powerlessness and bottle up the feelings I could do nothing about. All while trying desperately to fight against that ever-burning flame.
For the most part, I am going to be quiet during all spoken dialogue scenes, Like, I'm not really going to be interrupting the dialogue, if you know what I mean. And I'm going to try my best to do that, but, you know, it kind of jumps between spoken dialogue and non-spoken dialogue, if you know what I mean. The Isengard range? Oh, wow, that's really pretty. What are we doing here, though? We were just back in Trista fighting Crow. What happened? Is everything okay? Oh, Reen, are you alright? Where's Celine? And your Xenoblade, or gear, whatever it is.
Where am I?
If I didn't know any better, I would think that you didn't know who you were either. And why game pauses there is beyond me.
How did I get here? I feel like I was fighting, and then... Am I dreaming?
Of course not.
And who are you? Oh, it's my gear. But who was speaking? Valimar? No, Luna!
So you've finally woken up.
You're...
And I wish it were, but this is no dream. This is reality. Cold, cruel reality. And you're going to need to hurry up and accept that because you haven't got time to waste. His core's been damaged, which means he's not going anywhere anytime soon. So you're gonna need to protect yourself, Ashen Awakener.
The Ashen Awakener? That's right, we were the one that awakened that gear. Huh. Hey, and with all that, we're starting up the prologue of Trails of Cold Steel 2. Can't wait, it's been a long time coming for this. Has a month passed? Has it been that long? I thought this took place like, just a couple hours or a day later or something. I don't know.
Ashen Awakener? What are you talking about? Wait.
Well, looks like Celine's helping it all come back to you now. No pun intended there.
What's going on here anyway? What is that thing? Wait, never mind that. What are you?
Ugh, knock it off. How am I supposed to answer anything when you keep bombarding me with question after question? You're a chosen one. Chosen by a fragment of the ancient Great Power.
Great Power?
That's right. Those fragments were the origin of the Great Knights that appear in Erebonian legends. At times, they protected people from harm and disaster, while at others, they were the cause of harm and disaster themselves. And the being in front of you is one of them, a divine knight known as the Ashen Knight.
The Ashen Knight? Valimar? Wait. I remember when I called him.
Go Planet!
You got it. You've known that name for a while by now. But he's not the only divine knight that's active. The noble faction has one under their control too. That one is known as the Azure Knight, or Dean. Remember? That's the one you fought and lost against.
Way to rub it in, Celine. Yeah, we know that we lost, but, we did our best. We tried. Is everybody else okay?
Why? Why did it come to this? Why did everyone... Crow?
He had me fooled too. How could I have known that irresponsible playboy was the Azure Knight's Awakener? He's obviously had plenty of experience piloting it too. He must be pretty dedicated to his cause, whatever it is.
Hey, get up! You can hear me, right? Take me back to Trista! Take me back to my classmates!
I don't think that that's going to help. Didn't it, sacrifice itself for you, she said? Something like that?
You're wasting your time. His core was heavily damaged in the battle with the Azure Knight. Didn't I just tell you that? And despite that, he strained himself flying all the way out here afterwards. Even when he was barely hanging on, he prioritized your recovery over his own. like you exhausted yourself during your first synchronization with him, you know?
Damn it!
So, what are we gonna do? How are we gonna get out of here? How are we going to stop Crow and Scarlet and everybody else? Yeah, we're stuck up here.
This must be somewhere in the Isengard range, on the northern side of the Nortia province.
Huh. I'm surprised you were able to work that out just from a glance. I guess that's what happens when you're raised in the mountain. Hey, where are you going?
Away from you, annoying-ass cat. Actually, I don't really mind Celine all that much. At least right now, she's rather helpful. Yeah, this is just the controls, all that kind of good stuff, so we can go ahead and start playing. This talks about saving in the menu and all that kind of good stuff. The notebook, I'm going to be showing the notebook during the end slate of each video, which is pretty much par of the course for all of my videos. This just tells you how to access it, all that kind of stuff, you know, using the square button for navigation, for, you know, your next objective, all that good stuff. But anyway, before we head on out of here, let's go back and check out the gear. Oh, it's just resting? It's not broken? Oh, yeah, it's mana, that's right. It's kind of strange that it talks about mana, considering you never mentioned mana earlier.
Stuff's gotta be around here somewhere. I can sense monsters nearby too. I'm gonna need to be careful.
You'll be fine, I'm sure. And again, if you're doing active voice, you can't actually examine anything. God forbid. Hey, we got our equipment. Sweet! Yeah. You don't actually find everything, unfortunately. Now, this again talks about quartzes and orbments and all that kind of stuff. If you really want to look at this stuff and read it, you can pause. I don't think it's all that necessary. For the most part, I'm going to be talking about all that stuff anyway. Yeah, this is Master Quartzes. They level up. They're better than regular quartzes. And again, all that stuff got reset, and we don't have as many quartzes as we had before. We pretty much have one basic set of equipment, no accessories or anything else like that, except for the bonus accessories that we got, and the one Master Quartz. That's it! So, with all that being said, let's check out our menu. Yeah, this is the stuff that we have, nothing new. But let's check out that new accessory that we got. Woohoo! Yeah! That's for getting everything in the first game. Like talking to all the NPCs that you had to talk to, doing all the quests with the right choices, everything. And then we also got an attack 1, and I'm going to put that on that red slot right there because that's a fire slot, and you can only put red orbments there. So go ahead and do that, and with everything all set and done, let's head on down out of here. Oh look, monsters! Oh, we're never going to be able to take that thing out. I know. Yeah, that's a really tough foe. We just finished, destroying Crow and taking down the Imperial Liberation Front and all this. But this little slime ball? Oh my god, it's so hard! Bam! Can I just kill it? Yeah, I'm not very good at, getting a jump on these monsters, but you can try. This pretty much has a Final Fantasy X type turn order. There are some bonuses that go along with the turn order, and then this goes about into attacking. I'm leaving it up there just in case you really want to read it. I don't think it's all that important. And then there's crafts and other things that you can access as well, but you need more CP in order to do that. The CP gauge on the bottom right now isn't all that high. It's up to like 17 or so, and I think that my the craft that costs the least is like 20. So for right now, I'm just going to be attacking. If you hit the square button, you can examine these enemies, but unfortunately, you can't actually examine them fully until you've defeated a pretty good amount of them, or used a craft or like an analyze spell or something like that in order to really see their strengths and weaknesses. I don't think this is going to be a problem, Celine. Like, I've pretty much saved the world at this point. Well, saved my hometown. Well, not even my hometown. Saved my school at this point. So, these little guys, they'll be fine. Yeah, I'm not really going to deal with the monster guide. If you guys really want to see that, I may make a bonus episode at like the end of the game. This goes more into analysis, hitting the square button, looking at their strengths and weaknesses, which I've gone over in the first Let's Play, the active voice record. That's that crap that they always talk about during the, whenever you're running around.
I wonder what's going on over at the academy now.
Hey, slow down a minute.
Well, only one way to find out. If I keep going this way, I should be able to get out of the canyon.
Excuse me! You can't seriously be thinking of leaving him there out in the open, are you? Hey, say something. Are you mad at me or something?
Why would I be? You only completely disregarded and overruled my decision.
What else was I supposed to do? If we hadn't flown away when we did, you'd be dead by now. We probably would have lost Valimar too. If any—
Forget it. Right now, I want to focus on finding the others. If I keep going this way, I should end up on the highway at some point.
Sorry, but that's a huge waste of time. It's been over a month since all of that stuff happened back in Trista.
Yeah, didn't see the date thing at the beginning?
A month? You can't be serious. There's no way it's been that long.
Oh sure, don't believe me. Like I said, you completely exhausted yourself during your first synchronization with the Ashen Knight. And I do mean completely. There was a real chance you could have died.
What?
It's a miracle you're able to walk around like this a mere month later, and it's all thanks to him. He used what little mana he had left to heal you rather than himself. And just so you know, I've been here this whole time, watching over you. So I really don't think I deserve all of this animosity I'm getting from you.
This can't be. It's been a whole month since what happened near Trista. But then, what happened to the others?
Hey, wait a— Oh, for heaven's sake!
Oh, well, you know, Rain has a right to be upset. It has been a month and he's just worried about his friends. But Celine's right. She's been helping him out. This just talks about the minimap. You access that by hitting the start button, and it allows you to see a much larger map. And it shows you some various things like events, monsters, orbit charging stations, which is pretty much you go there and you rest and you regain your HP and your MP and all that kind of good stuff, or EP in this game, I should say. If I call it MP, it is what it is. I was raised on Dragon Warrior and Final Fantasy, and that's just the end of my story. I'm not gonna, make an excuse about it or anything. It just is what it is. So, these guys here, they are strong to your physical attacks and they're weak towards magical or art attacks. And then this goes in more about, analyzing a monster and showing weaknesses and all that kind of good stuff. But you can kill them all in one shot anyway with your Firebolt art, so I'm just going to go ahead and use that. Now, this is probably a good time to talk about how the developers nerfed physical hits in this game. Yeah. They increased, well actually what they did, they didn't really increase evasion as so much as they decreased accuracy. But they decreased accuracy both ways. So the monsters are less accurate, and you are also less accurate, and they reduced the casting time for arts and increased the power of arts. So that makes Emma and Elliot much more powerful. So that's actually pretty nice because they weren't all that hot in the first game, and I really didn't use them, or really arts in general, all that much in the first game either. It was pretty much always physical hits and crafts. And crafts are still insanely overpowered as well. This is the orbit charging station. You can just go ahead and go over here, use rest. This might be like the only time I ever show that on screen because, again, it is a long loading time. Unfortunately, they didn't really fix the long loading times in this game, but the first time...
You could really try calming down a little, You could at least respond.
as I was saying, Celine... Ooh, get the tier. That's actually really nice. You can, I'll go ahead and equip that if I can ever hit the right button. Equip that to quartz. It doesn't really matter which slot you stick it in, and it's your HP recovery spell. So, that's really nice. But anyway, as I was saying, in the first game, there was like some 15-second loading times. It was insane. So I will be cutting out some loading times. Not all of them, because it does kind of cut out the music and things like that whenever I do it, but like long loading times, like I would say 5 or more seconds, I will be cutting those out. So let's see. Oh, okay, yeah, there's a shit ton of status ailments. Like, look at this, it's really ridiculous. Like 2 pages worth of those status ailments. It's crazy. So we got 4 of these sky gazers here. Go ahead and hit them. Oh, yeah, we can get our S-crafts. Oh, well, luckily for us, we just hit 100%. Sweet! So you hit the triangle button, then you hit over, and boom, we can use our S-craft.
Gather on my blade.
Which, nicely enough, hits all the monsters. Sorry, I didn't want to speak during his little S-craft monologue, I guess. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, wasn't that hard. Okay. We've been trying to do that for quite some time now, but Celine keeps on trying to slow us down. So, screw you, cat. Let's go! We have places to go, people to see.
Hey.
Yeah, what do you want, Celine? Whoa! Yikes! Oh, can I get the treasure? No, unfortunately not. And what do we got? Ooh, the Tiara Bomb. That's essentially a, what is it called? A healing item. I don't really use healing items all that much in these games, but it's there. And here we have like a Bulbasaur sort of thing. I don't know. But we're actually able to access our crafts now. Finally! After we used our S-Craft last time, so let's look at these. Yeah, Gale is what I want. It's so good, because it hits a really wide range, and it has the chance to paralyze. So it's a very good crowd control ability that you can use, or craft that you can use, and crafts are insanely overpowered. If I didn't mention that before, I will mention that now. But now that we use that, just go ahead and use some physical hits, and take these guys out. Hey, awesome. Easy enough. Oh, there we go. And let's just continue down the mountain. Let's see. Yeah, I want to head over this way. And we're almost out of here into a new area, but unfortunately, Celine has to continue stopping us. Celine, can we, like, rescue our friend sometime this century? Can you just shut up?
I'd asked this before and didn't get an answer. Probably because I was bombarding you with question after question, but better late than never, I guess. Just what are you, anyway? Why do you know so much about everything? And don't even think of saying you're just an ordinary cat, because last time I tried talking to a cat, it did not talk back.
Oopsie. Totally forgot about that, didn't I? I'm what you'd call a familiar. I faithfully serve the witches of the Hexen clan and aid them in fulfilling their duties.
Witches? As in the witches in Erebonian legend? First the Great Night legend turns out to be based on a true story, now this? I feel like I've stepped into a fairy tale.
Well, you know what they say, truth is stranger than fiction. Whether you believe me or not is up to you. I'm not going to try and convince you.
Oh, I've got no real reason to doubt you at this point. So, do you serve Emma then? Rather, does that mean she's a witch?
She's still a novice, but she is a witch, yes. My job's more to keep an eye on her, though.
You're not the brightest bulb in the box, are you, Reen? I think I figured this out the very first time I saw Emma using her weird-ass witchcraft.
We did always get the sense that there was more to Emma than meets the eye. Guess we were right. But her being a witch? It's surprising. But then again, the more I think about it, the more it makes perfect sense.
What's with the goofy grin?
Oh, it's nothing. Anyway, let's get going.
it's kind of nice, though, that we actually get some, backstory on Emma. We got backstory on everybody else in the first game, and Emma was just kind of absent in her backstory. Well, Rean was pretty absent in his backstory, too, I must say. Like, we didn't go to Ymir. Although, if you look at the backstory video, there's like this little thing, like this field trip going to Ymir or something that was very, very, very much glossed over in the first game, and apparently you can see a video of it on the Trails of Cold Steel website. Oh, that's actually halfway decent, but I'll save that for later. That's like one of those goat dolls in Wild Arms that you gotta save towards the end of the game. So, yeah. I don't know if I'm gonna watch that video on the website. I may. However, the backstory video does give a good little backstory, for a lack of a better term, on Ymir and their little field trip towards it. But still, Emma was just a complete mystery.
I hope everyone at the Academy's safe and sound. Not to mention Elise, Princess Alphen, and Prince Oliver, too. I need to take a deep breath and keep calm. I can start figuring things out once I get a little farther down.
About time.
And here we are at yet another orbit charging station, so this seems like a pretty good time for me to stop. And next time on Let's Play Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel 2, we will continue on out of these mountains and head off to Ymir. This has been David. If you like this, please like, comment, and subscribe, and have a good day.